Ukulele classes are starting up again at the Socastee Library.
We're live with an instructor to learn how to play and how others can learn to play, plus how anyone can join the ukulele jam sessions on Saturdays at the library.
Not that finger, this finger. This? This finger.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
So I am learning this morning. Actually, I should already know this because I've had the pleasure of being in Frank's class before, teaching the ukulele at Socastee Library, and you have another class coming up here in a couple of weeks.
I do, in the first week of November.
All right, so we're doing the C chord.
We're doing the C chord.
All right.
And we're going to do a beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Can you go to your A minor?
Is that it?
Exactly.
I should have practiced beforehand. I didn't know I'd be tested this morning.
That's awesome. I just wanted to make sure. You're doing great.
Talk about the classes and
Yes, I started the classes in 2018 and I've enjoyed it very much. I talked with the branch librarian in Socastee, that would be Lee Brown, and she allowed me to start the classes. They're an hour and a half once a week for 6 weeks.
And ukulele has really made a difference in your life.
Absolutely. I fell in love with the ukulele through kayaking, actually, which was the original reason that I got a ukulele. It's hard to carry a guitar on the river in a kayak.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, coming up, we'll let you know how you can join the class. And all right, hit me with another note. Let's see what I remember.
Another chord. How about
Yeah, another
F?
chord.
F.
Is that
Remember your F?
right?
Yes. Awesome. She's doing
I
wonderfully
learned
well.
a whole new song this morning. One that he wrote.
Awesome.
It's like I want to be surprised, and then I'm like, it's Amanda.
Yeah, of course.
Not
Of course. New
surprised at
skill
all.
revealed.
Ukulele classes at Socastee Library kick off on Tuesday, November 5th, and we'll have more information on how you can sign up under this article on WPDE.com. Ukulele classes are starting up again at the Socastee Library.
We're live with an instructor to learn how to play, how others can learn to play, and how anyone can join the ukulele jam sessions on Saturdays at the library.
Yes, and I can attest to how amazing Frank is in his classes because I actually took one a whole year ago.
She got
We thought it was a couple years ago. I mean, wow, life goes by. But I will tell you, it is one of the coolest things that I've ever done. Just to do something for myself and take a moment and learn something new. And it's so amazing, and you have so much, you're like a wealth of knowledge in the ukulele world. So talk about classes and what they're like for people.
Sure. As I say, the classes are an hour and a half long, and they last one day of each of 6 weeks. We try to do them consecutively when possible. And we start with the very basics. You don't have to have any musical knowledge at all. But once you start, then I teach you a little bit about music theory as well. I love to do that as well.
Yeah.
Give you a firm background.
Right.
And it's at Socastee Library, and Lee Brown, the branch librarian, she's so supportive. Then every Saturday, once you've learned enough, you can come and play at our jams. We have ukulele jam every Saturday at 1:30 in the library.
That is so fun. And so if you got some ukulele players out there that maybe haven't taken class, but they like to play the ukulele, they can stop by and, join in the jam, one song, or maybe more than one song, and just a really fun time spreading music and spreading love, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely, and the ukulele classes at Socastee Library kicks off on Tuesday, November 5th. We'll have more information on how you can sign up under this article on WPDE.com. And did you ever want to learn how to play an instrument? Well, why not try the ukulele? Classes are starting up again at the Socastee Library.
ABC 15's Amanda Kinzith is giving us an early lesson. She's live with an instructor, and she herself is learning how to play the string instrument.
I am. As a matter of fact, I took Frank's class about a year ago, and it's one of the coolest things that I've ever done. It was so fun learning a new skill, if you will. I don't know if I'm very skilled, but
You're doing great.
there are so many, I was blown away. There are so many different types of ukuleles, and it has quite the history as
It
well.
does. I'd be happy to show you some of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Shall we start?
let's start.
Okay. Most people think of the ukulele as being a Hawaiian instrument, but actually it started in Portugal. Portuguese farmers came to the Polynesian islands, the Hawaiian islands, and they brought with them little 4-string guitars because being on the ship back then, you didn't have much room. And the history of it is that one of the people on the Portuguese ships, when they got to the shore of the Hawaiian Islands, he was so ecstatic to be there that he jumped out and started playing his instrument. And the natives at that time had never seen anything like that, so they fell in love with it. And they actually modified it and started building it right there. I'm lucky enough to have a very early ukulele. This one here, on this end, is solid koa, made in Hawaii, and it was made 100 years ago, roughly.
Wow.
And it's really connected to why we loved ukulele back in the 1920s, because in 1915, in San Francisco, there was the Panama Pacific Exposition.
I love it. Gosh, 100-year-old ukulele. There's a banjo ukulele. There's a waterproof ukulele. There's a really little itty-bitty pocket ukulele. And so many different types and tones, and they all sound a little bit different. And I love it because I used to have the little tiny one, and then I went up to a tenor.
Oh, yes.
And this morning we're going to learn a song that you wrote, actually. And then everybody can learn how to play, and they can just come to your free class at the library.
Learning new things. I actually didn't know there was different sizes.
And that's perfect because different age groups,
Yeah.
or if you're not ready to take on a bigger one,
Yeah,
just
for
learn on the
sure.
little one first.
Good to know. Thank you. The ukulele classes kick off on Tuesday, November 5th at the Socastee Library.
And we'll have a lot more information on how you can reserve your seat on WPDE.com.
Have you ever wanted to learn the ukulele? Well, now's your chance.
Ukulele classes are starting up again at the Socastee Library, and this morning ABC 15's Amanda Kinseth is taking a few notes from a trained instructor. Amanda, what have you learned so far?
Well, I've trying to learn a song that Frank wrote, but he has a really hard chord in there. But the beauty of it is when you teach the classes, you start off with doable chords that everybody can do, and it's fascinating because just with a few chords, you can do a lot of different songs.
Absolutely. We learned to do what I call the circle of life chords, which are the C, A minor, F, and G7. And once you learn those 4 chords, you can play so many different songs, either in that way or moving them around a little bit.
Right.
Those 4 chords are the building blocks of almost every song.
Right, right. And we were talking about, there's so many different types of ukuleles, which I had no idea until I took your class, and they all have a different bit of a sound.
Absolutely. Let me just show you here. The one that fascinates most people, of course, is the banjolele, which came about in the 20s because they needed something that would be loud enough that they could play it over a band. So it's just tremendously loud. And then, of course, in the 50s, this one is from the 50s. This is from Arthur Godfrey. That's when the ukuleles had their second sort of height in the United States. Arthur Godfrey played the ukulele.
And then this one's waterproof.
And waterproof, so I can use it as a paddle if I take it with me kayaking.
I love that, though. That's actually how you got your start, was kayaking, and you wanted to be able to play out there on the water, which is amazing.
Yep.
And then you also have the twins.
And the twins sound so different. This is a low G, and it sounds so nice and mellow. This one is really bright and happy. And they're almost identical ukuleles, very little different except the strings. And did I mention that if you can, come to the jams on Saturday at the library?
Yeah, the jam's 1:30 on Saturdays, and I have to show off the back of your ukulele because normally people can't see that while you're playing, but it's so amazing.
Thank you. That's pyrography. I did that myself, my drawing, and she's called Mahalo, which is thank you.
So you are an artist too. You're an artist in several fashions. I love it, but I love how you teach people how to play, you know, beginner class. You can learn and then move on from there, but just a lovely thing. You're just spreading the joy.
Thank you. Thank you. I enjoy doing it.
And classes kick off on November 5th.
We'll have more information on how you can reserve your seat on WPDE.com.